So I think for a lot of guys, they want to be prepared, and maybe they've stored up some good freeze-dried food, they've got their ammo and their guns and all that kind of stuff. And maybe a gas mask respirator like this one from MIRA Safety is probably not on a lot of people's top priorities, but I want to talk about why. Like why you might consider getting some kind of gas mask respirator like this CM-8M from MIRA Safety. And I think it comes down to several big reasons. One is certainly just with civil unrest, riots, that kind of stuff, to have some kind of gas mask like this one that you can attach the standard cartridge filters, and I've got one right here. I'm not going to open it because once you open it, it has a shelf life, but the idea is that you would attach this on either side right here. And there's all kinds of these, and this just uses the standard like 40 millimeter NATO kind of attachment system. But if there is some kind of riot and there's tear gas and all kinds of maybe pepper spray and those kinds of things, that's one reason for sure. But let's say you live near in some kind of industrial place, or maybe even a nuclear power plant or something like that, and if there's any kind of fallout or something happens, to be able to breathe. And so I want to talk about this one here in just a moment, and why this is probably one of the best ones I've ever seen on the market. It's really a next generation version of a standard kind of gas mask respirator. But maybe you're into, I don't know, you got hobbies like painting or woodworking, and you don't want to be, breathing in all those particulates. Or let's say you are in a fire, like a wildfire prone zone somewhere, and you want to be able to breathe in case there is a lot of smoke and that kind of thing. Well, this could do it. And of course, just peace of mind is another reason just to have something like this. Now, these are not cheap. I think for a lot of folks, they just want to get those things that everybody used to wear during, I don't know, COVID or something, the pandemic, whatever you want to call it. But this is actually something that is used by the Department of Defense, or I guess Department of War now. It's used by militaries all over the world, but this is for civilians. And so it is high quality. So those are some of the reasons I think that you should consider investing in something like this. We just think of bullets and that kind of thing, hardware, but there's also this massive type of chemical warfare, and of course even industrial fallout, chemicals like that. So this is a CBRN mask. So that's chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear. And so the rubber that this is made of here is designed to stop and prevent a wide variety of agents like that, so toxic agents like that. So there's a couple reasons for this particular one that I want to talk about, and it really comes down to two big things. One is its tactical capability, and the second is this massive field of vision. I don't know if you've seen some of those gas masks that just have like the two holes right here, and that's it. This has a 92.5% field of vision. Why would you want that? Well, mainly for situational awareness. So instead of just having two little holes for your eyes, having this really large field of vision is really good for situational awareness. You're aware of what's happening around you, and I prefer something like this over the two eyes. Maybe it doesn't look as, I don't know, doomsdayer or something, but I don't really care about that. So that's the two reasons. So the field of view here, but also the tactical functionality. And what I mean by that is it's got a tapered cheek on both sides here. And the reason that it does that is so that if you have, let's say you are a right-handed shooter. So I'm a right-handed shooter. I'm going to put this on the left-hand side over here. So if I want to, use a rifle or something, I'm not having this thing in the way of the rifle. So I'd put that on one side. Obviously you can do it on either side. So if you're a left-handed shooter, put it over here. So on this as well, there's this inner kind of part. By the way, it has a 6-point harness in the back, kind of goes on your head. Very comfortable. I'll put this on to show you in just a moment. But this inner kind of part that you put your nose in and all that, it keeps your face a little bit away from the mask, the actual field of view there, and that polycarbonate. And so that helps prevent things like fogging inside. The other thing about this is that it has a way to drink. So you got your not your microphone, you got your voice diaphragm right here. Now, you can get a microphone if you want to. That's sold separately, but you can get a microphone. But I found that this works just fine. So I haven't had any issues. Again, I'm gonna put this on and you can hear me with this. But then you've got this, you can take this little tab off right here, and this is for drinking. So you gotta think about if you're in a situation and maybe it's a SHTF situation or there's riots or whatever, and you still need to hydrate, well, it comes with this. Now, this kit here comes with a canteen. This top of the canteen opens up, and you simply connect this to the top of the canteen there, and that way you can drink. Now, the only thing about this is that it's easier to use, I've found, when you kind of hold it upside down and above. So if you do need a drink, you pull this out and do that. The other thing you can do is just connect this to a standard like Camelback. So if you wanted to do that, that's probably easier than using this, but they do send the canteen in the kit. The other thing about this as well is on the inside here, you see this little knob? That moves the straw. There's the straw right there. If I twist this thing, this little knob, it moves that straw into place so that you can drink. And you just bite down on that and drink. And then when you want it out of the way, you just move it over to the side. So that's what that is. So the idea with this, when I say tactical capability, is they've thought about optics. They've thought about, obviously, your rifle and the tapered cheeks right here. You want to get a good seal, obviously. Actually, let me make a comment about that. I have a beard on, obviously. I have a beard, not on. I have a beard, and you're not supposed to really have a beard with something like this. So if you do have this, and let's say there is some kind of threat, and you hear the riot outside your apartment building, or there's all these alarms going off, you need to trim your beard off before you put this on, because you need to get a good seal. So I need to mention that. But again, this thing is very comfortable, and this works well with like a high-cut helmet, like this one from Premier Body Armor. So again, the tactical capability, usually you're sacrificing one or the other. Usually it's either a wide field of view or it's kind of made for tactical purposes. This one is the best of both worlds. So this fits, and I'll put this on in just a moment and show you, but it works with a high-cut helmet like this Fortis ballistic helmet from Premier Body Armor. All right, so as you can see, this fits just fine. This kind of high-cut helmet. I can still put my ears down if I want to, but that's what it looks like with the helmet on. I want to show you just the back of this, how it fits on my head. So let me turn around. You see the harness here, 6-point harness on the back. Very comfortable. But again, you just put those cartridges, those filters on there, and so yeah, it's one of these like high quality ones, and I love like being able just to see that, having that wide view on there, wide field of view. This is where your exhale goes, or carbon dioxide down here. It's a one-way vent out. It's also kind of be one of those if your face does get sweaty in here or something, all that kind of drains down to the bottom. So that's where your breath goes out. That's a one-way kind of valve on there. So, and then to put this back up, has a little tab up there. You just push that over the tab right there. That stays put. But I think that's pretty much it. Again, these are used all over the world by military and by civilians. And certainly, I mean, a wide variety of CBRN kind of toxic agents. So, I kept thinking about, what in my kit that I still need to think about. What areas of preparedness You know, and as a guy, I want to be a provider and a protector. And that means being prepared. And I kept thinking about, okay, what are those kinds of scenarios that, you know, my family could face? And to have something like this for folks in my family members, maybe friends or something, it's certainly something to think about. And so anyway, guys, I will drop a link for this down below. But thanks so much for your support for us and for our channel, and we'll see you on the next video.